Hi, I'm Maria, and in today's lesson, we are going to look at magic ing words. I call them magic because, look, in a sentence, ing words could be nouns, then we call them gerunds. And because prepositions are always followed by nouns, they also can be followed by nouns in the form of gerunds. Please remember that. It will help you to avoid many mistakes. They can be also adjectives. They can be the part of the continuous tenses, past, present, future. This is the case where my students are the most comfortable with. And the last case is where my students are the most uncomfortable with. Active participles or present participles. I will be talking about this case a little bit more today. Now, I'm going to sort out ing words into 5 groups. And just to put together what you probably already know or at least have some idea about. So, at first, we are going to look at them as they are used as nouns or gerunds. Swimming is good for our health. I like swimming. Special training is not required to help other people. We enjoy learning English. As I already said, after all prepositions, we use nouns or nouns in the form of gerunds, like here. Some people are not interested in learning English. You can get fit by swimming regularly. After having a shower, I waited for Stephen. In spite of studying a lot, he didn't pass the exams. They're afraid of losing the match. I'm interested in writing poems. She's used to smoking. In this case, to is preposition, not the part of infinitive. Please note that. To also could be a part of an infinitive, but it is not the case. The last sentence, I'm worried about making mistakes. Adjectives ending in ing can appear before the nouns. I read a very interesting article in the newspaper today. Or they can occur after such verbs as be or become. That Dracula film was absolutely terrifying. That program becomes really boring. Or they also can come after sensory verbs such as smell, feel, look, sound, and others. Your new book sounds very interesting. Then we have ing case as a part of the continuous tense, past, present, future continuous, always with a be verb. Okay? If you don't see an ing verb connected to a be verb, then it's not continuous tense. It's one of the other uses. For example, children are going to school. The boys were playing in the park. I will be helping my mother to make breakfast. And here they are, promised active participle. They are widely used in reading, especially in reading and writing in English, but also in everyday speaking. So you have to learn how to use them. Look, Maria, singing along to the radio, was driving home with her new kitten. We can open up this sentence and now we will have Maria, who was singing along to the radio, was driving home with her new kitten. So, whenever we can take out a relative pronoun who, which serves also as the subject of the sentence, and be verb, we can leave the sentence with so-called participle phrase because it is not participle clause anymore. And we can also put this participle phrase at the beginning of the sentence. Singing along to the radio, Maria was driving home with her new kitten. And sometimes we can also put this participle phrase at the end of the sentence, but not in this case. Look, Maria was driving home with her new kitten, singing along to the radio. Now, who was singing along to the radio? Maria or the kitten? So be careful and make sure that the subject of the main sentence and participle phrase is the same. That is very important. I also would like to note that in the sentence, Maria, singing along to the radio, was driving home with her new kitten. Participle phrase, singing along to the radio, is separated by commas because it is not defining information about Maria. It is just extra information. So that's why commas are used as well as in the second sentence. The birds looking forward to the dawn were sleeping in their net. Let's look at that. Now we can open up the sentence. So then we will have the birds who were looking forward to the dawn were sleeping in their net. Or we also can get rid of this relative pronoun who and be verb. And now we can also move a participle phrase to the beginning of the sentence, looking forward to the dawn, the birds were sleeping in their net, or we can also move this participle phrase to the end of the sentence. So now we will have the birds were sleeping in the net, looking forward to the dawn. Now it is obvious that there were the birds who were looking forward to the dawn, not the net. And one more example. The guy wearing the chicken costume is my cousin. We can also open up the sentence. So then we will have the guy who is wearing the chicken costume is my cousin. Or we can get rid of this relative pronoun who and be verb. So now it is like we can see it. The guy wearing the chicken costume is my cousin. But please pay attention then that in this sentence we don't use commas because the phrase wearing the chicken costume is defining the subject, the guy. And therefore, as it is defining the guy, we cannot put that phrase at the beginning or at the end of the sentence, because in this way it would look really clumsy. So that's probably all what I wanted to tell today about active participles. I also would like to stress that this is really a very general idea of their use and of the way how we can make them. Now, I suggest you to take a test or a quiz. There are 8 sentences which are taken from the course of Cambridge English, Complete Advanced, Lesson 5, Part Writing. So now you have to decide whether the following ing words are nouns or nouns after preposition, or maybe they are adjectives or the part of the continuous tense, or maybe they are active participles, or they're also called present participles. So I'm writing to suggest a local hero who deserves to be honored. What is that? I am writing. Of course, this is the part of the present continuous tense. And the second sentence, my choice is Helen Keane, who, until recently, was just an ordinary working mother. Working mother, ing, before noun. So this is adjective. And the next one. One Friday, Helen was driving home, looking forward to a relaxing weekend. 3 ing words. Was driving home, past continuous. Looking forward to a relaxing weekend. Helen, who was looking forward to a relaxing weekend, was driving home. Active participle. And the last case, relaxing weekend, is an adjective. And one more case. 4. Flames were coming out from the cap. Yes. Past continuous tense. And one more sentence. Without hesitating, she opened the door and pulled out an unconscious driver. Without hesitating, without preposition, followed by, of course, noun. Noun after preposition. 6. My main reason for choosing Helen is that she was an ordinary person going about her daily life. For choosing, for is preposition, and an ordinary person who was going about her daily life. So, noun after preposition and present participle. And one more very interesting case, 7. She could have easily driven home, leaving the emergency service to deal with the accident. Could along with have and driven are used here to express the ability in the past. The same should be used if we will try to transform the sentence and open up the participle phrase. So then we would have she who could have been leaving the emergency service to deal with the accident could have easily driven home. Sounds really clumsy. So here is a really good example of participle use, which helps to clip the sentence and to make it really nice and elegant. So it was present participle,